Let's go, baby. Merry Christmas, Glenn. To me, to you, to all the Ravens fans. What a way to finish Christmas for all of us out there. Baltimore Ravens win 33-19 over the big, the bad 49ers.
They're so scary. They're so scary, Jimbo. I thought they were out of our league, Jimbo. That's what I kept hearing.
Yeah, they were gonna get the shit kicked out of them. Remember that?
That's what Florio said. I mean, I don't know. I think what we saw today is the real MVP came to play today. Did he not?
Hey, let's go, dude.
Oh.
Hey, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games and in big-time moments. And look, Lamar Jackson, baby. He did it. Oh, my gosh. What a game.
23 of 35, 252, 2 touchdowns, no picks, was only sacked twice, despite the fact that I was told all week that our tackles can't pass block and their pass rushers are going to eat them for breakfast. But no, sir. Lamar Jackson does it again.
And he ran for 97, right?
He ran for, I'm seeing 45.
Oh, 45. Why did I think 97? 45. Yeah. Ran for 45. But dude, my favorite part about all of the decision-making that Lamar Jackson did today was I loved the run. The 31-yard run was, for a moment, I got a little concerned this year that Lamar was slower. But this is what I've learned. I've learned that he just is more timely. That was a vintage Lamar run where he used to try and do that all the time. It's so cool to see the maturation of Lamar. In that moment, he knew what his team needed. And, I mean, if you think about the drive before, look, I said it in the pregame show, Glenn. They're system dependent, not player dependent. Right? And the drive before, the system failed. Our drive with Lamar, the system failed theoretically, but Lamar Jackson made it work with a 31-yard scramble, right?
No doubt.
So,
no doubt.
Just saying, oh my gosh,
dude.
What a game, dude. Who would have thought that this game had us like doing this in the middle of the third?
Dude. I mean, you know, the craziest thing is like all the things we heard all week. The only thing that really looked like it was definitely true, CMC is that man. He can do his thing. But everything else I kept hearing, first of all, I heard Fred Warner was the best linebacker in football.
Yeah.
Fred Warner was put on a couple posters, couple highlight reels by Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers
yes.
tonight. And Roquan Smith was bringing the pain. So I don't know what. I think everybody got caught up in the fact that the Niners were beating up on some bad teams, that the NFC just isn't. Look, the Niners, 3 of their 4 losses, AFC North. We bring the pain, the physicality, and these boys just weren't ready for it, and you love to see it. And look, I'm just pointing out the trend. I'm not celebrating any injuries, but the Ravens typically knock your quarterback out of the ball game. It happened again tonight. It's happened a lot of times tonight. It was Clowney.
Anthony? No. But I mean, Anthony Weaver, I think, said it in a pregame interview this week. He said, hands on quarterback. And he kind of talked about what you're talking about. Look, I mean, time on the field, time on feet, hands on quarterback. That's what we want, right? Hands on quarterback, baby. So, yeah, no, I mean, like you said, I don't think we're out there hunting for injuries or rooting for injuries or anything like that, but just the pressure that we dialed up. And look, it's so funny because at the same time, they just talked about Clowney, had slowed down. Vanoy slowed down. Both had sacks this game, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, you got
it. The overall pass rush looked great.
Brent Urban with 2 sacks comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, man, my goodness. And even I felt like Travis Jones had a big game, albeit quietly. Broderick Washington, I don't know. Did he come back after he got him? Yeah, but did he come back after that?
I don't know. I'd have to see.
Much.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, of course, I just got to point out the concern surrounding Kyle Hamilton and the knee injury.
Yeah.
Didn't look good. Knee, ankle. I don't know what it was. I'm here. I think I heard ankle, but it looked like a knee to me. We have to wait and see, but hopefully he's okay. Ravens O's Nation agrees, says, please be okay, Kyle Hamilton. Please be okay. Because, I mean, that guy, 2 picks today, Jimbo. On the one play, he gets absolutely bulldogged into the ground. Draws the flag, gets up, has the wherewithal to make the interception. It was this guy is unbelievable.
You want to talk about never giving up. You want to talk about never giving up on a play. Holy crap. I hope he's good as well. I mean, I think if this is a playoff game, I think they give him some serious painkillers. I think he tries to go again in that game.
Hey,
just
how old is he, Jimbo? What do you say about that youth?
dude, oh my gosh. So, I mean, he's a Wolverine at this point, right? Like,
exactly.
Shake that sucker off, rub some dirt on, give him 48 hours.
That's
and
right.
He's back out there, man. So yeah, I'm hopeful that he's able to come back. I feel good about it based on his body language coming out of the tent. He's sitting on the sideline, he's goofing off. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like he went out to dap people up. He seemed like he's gonna make it work. So who knows? Maybe we don't see him the rest of the regular season. That's possible.
That's fine.
But whatever we need, because I'm not worried about Kyle missing a beat.
Nope.
You know what I mean? He can come right back in there.
Difference
but
maker,
really
maybe.
quickly before we get to this, shout out to Marcus Williams. Look,
yeah, man.
Seemed to have an impact. Obviously had the pick late, but seemed to step up when Kyle went out as well. I know we see them a lot, all three of those guys on the field at once, but it seemed to be that Marcus Williams started doing a little bit more when Kyle went out there. So shout out to him.
No, you're right. Yeah, covering guys. He was definitely getting involved. Cito says McDonald just made an offense with Christian McCaffrey, Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle with Kyle at the helm look elementary. Mike is a defensive savant. I couldn't agree more. The only thing that worries me is that every other team just saw what he did to your exact point, and I'm worried he might be on his way out, but I'm going to enjoy it while he's here. The dude was absolutely special today, but look, as they all say, it's about the players, man. The players make the plays, and you got to look. Pat Queen looked like he was playing with his arm hanging after the first quarter. Didn't leave the game, and not only did he not leave the game, he makes a hell of an interception. He's laying the wood every time he gets there. Marlon Humphrey, yeah, he didn't wrap up after that big hit, and Debo picked up the first down, but Marlon gets the pick. He's in on every play. I mean, this guy bounces back after that horrendous-looking end of the stretch in the last 2 games ago to 2 really good games. He was out there. He was physical.
And he looks healthy. He looks healthy.
Yeah, he's running. I mean, this defense was absolutely sensational. Nobody, I don't care if you're no Ravens fan would think that we would go in there, kick their door in, and beat the crap out of them in front of their wife and kids. Nobody thought this was going to happen.
No, I mean, we both talked about the fact that we were frustrated that the Niners, it was slanted their way, or we thought it was going to be a close game, whichever way it went. Out of respect for the Niners, things like that, but it's just incredible to see the execution, both offensively and defensively. When you think about all the things that were going against the Ravens that would cause them to have more mistakes, they're leaving on Christmas Eve or whatever. I mean, I doubt that they flew out early this morning, so they're not home for Christmas. They're going across the country. They've been playing they've had quite the gauntlet at this point. Coming after the bye, certainly they had the most difficult last stretch into the NFL season. And all they've done is go out there in every single game, execute, be physical, play smart football, play relatively mistake-free football. Now, we can get into that safety, but I don't want to talk about anything negative because the Ravens
we're going to talk about that safety.
The best team in football. The Ravens just beat Can we stop coordinating? Yeah, can we stop coordinating every team that does something good in the NFC? Dak Prescott beats the Seahawks by 1, and they want to make him the MVP. Brock Purdy has done very little against anybody that's any good, and they're saying he's the MVP. And then the real MVP steps in there and is like, hold on a second, please. Hold my jacket while I show you who the MVP is.
Yes, dude, sir. Yes. I mean, you're right. I mean, he just made play after play. And the best thing about it is while the other quarterback, who was the MVP leader going into this game, looked awfully rattled by the bright lights. And the big bad defense, I think, showed that it resides in Baltimore, not in San Francisco. Sean Pisker says, Merry effing Christmas. I speak for all Ravens fans when I say F Mike Florio and F Emmanuel Acho. What an amazing win. Yeah, I can't wait to see what he has to say. I'm sure.
What do you even say after that?
Oh, he'll wrap up some sort of excuse. I mean, I don't know what he's going to come up with, but the bottom line is we couldn't have had a worse start to the game when you consider a referee is tripping Lamar Jackson in the end zone. And look, people can say that's Chase Young. He's going to get him. I'm not saying that Lamar Jackson couldn't have got that corner. I'm not saying he couldn't have got that edge. Okay, I don't believe it because it's Lamar freaking Jackson, and that guy runs as fast as he needs to run. He runs as fast as he needs to run. So I'm not going to just say, oh, he would have got him anyway. No, I'm not going to say that. He got tripped by the damn referee. It couldn't have started worse. And what did they do, Jimbo? They did something that early on we questioned if they could do. Bounce back after adversity, weather the storm, and they beat the brakes off of them after that bad start.
Yeah, when I knew it was over? When we scored the touchdown, the Zay touchdown, right? Lamar came off the field, and everybody's hyped on the sidelines, right? But if you watch Lamar, they panned over him to a second, puts his jacket on, puts his hoodie on, puts his hat on, sits back
He's
down.
been there before.
This right. I expected this.
That's right.
Right? Yeah, even his whole insides can be feeling like a 5-year-old kid on Christmas morning when you've been a good kid all year and Santa done loaded your toys up on the Christmas tree. But he was like, nah,
nope.
This is comfortable for me. This is
regular.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And it's on to the next, right? Like, I love that. I knew I told my wife and my nephew that it's over. Look at his face. This is what he was expecting the whole time. Casper, let me see if I can get this one. 215 says, shout out to Mike Florio. The disrespect needs to be as loud as the apology. Amen to that. If you criticize publicly, you better apologize publicly. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 12-3, baby. 12-3. And let me tell you, Jimbo, quick side note, we better keep winning because January Joe, that son of a gun, that gunslinging son of a gun is putting the pressure on us with those brownies, is he not?
Dude, he is. My goodness. Joe
they love him now, don't they? Cleveland loves him.
After he just doo-dooed on him for years. Speaking of which, did I tell you this? Have I told you this already? Dude, Eric and I came up pulling some tickets for next week, dude.
No.
Yes, go into the game, son.
That's awesome, man. Let him hear it, dude. Let him hear it, Jimbo.
Oh, dude, I'm going to be reporting live.
Yeah, I want you to. Yeah, Eric, you're going to have to drive. Sorry, you're going to have to drive. Step it up. Big Fesh says, hey, Florio. Esma, you know what, pal? Lamar's the MVP, and we just shit on the best team in football. Third chip this year, fellas, into the Birds in the World Series next season. Let's fucking go. Yes, sir, Big Fat. Let's get it.
Oh,
Britt
my God.
Purdy, I love it. I love it. I see Britt
Glenn,
Purdy.
how was the talk trash, dude? At the show knows Rich now. He came on and he talked nicely about the Ravens. Then at the very end, he said it's going to be a 35-17, and it's going to be really 35-10. They're going to score late and then decide to bounce.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, he was one of two Niners fans in my house, surrounded by Ravens fans, and he was real humble by the end of this game. I mean, both of them were very, very humble. Just couldn't believe the pants job. I mean, we were absolutely embarrassing them, and I got to say, they got real quiet. They got real quiet, just like Mike Florio probably will be on the topic tomorrow. I hope that Sims does not let him off the hook. Let him make him explain himself, Florio. I want to hear what excuse you come up with. Lewis says Lamar made fun of Florio postgame. He said, what's his name? Mike Flores? Watch the clip. When you guys have time, let's go, Flock. Oh, I can't wait to watch it. I love keeping the receipts. Keep all the receipts.
Oh, man, that is the greatest. Oh, so awesome. I'm so excited for this team. Just really looking forward to these next few games, but man, what an awesome win. I know we got to get through a ton of stuff and there's so much to talk about. I just want to mention a couple things. You talked about Mike McDonald, but the overall physicality that the defense brought, right? Like just so awesome to see the domination from I mean, we talked about this offense was humming, right? Cutting through teams like a hot knife through butter. Was there something that, to me, this is what stuck out. This is what stuck out to me from a defensive perspective. I don't know the stats on this, but I felt like we did a great job in comparison to the other defenses they played at limiting, not stopping, but limiting the yak. All of the extra stuff. I feel like they really tackled well tonight. It wasn't perfect. We knew big plays were going to happen. We knew stuff down the field was going to happen, but I feel like they did a good job at keeping things in front of them for the most part.
Yeah, outside of that first drive. I mean, first drive, they give up some big, long plays, crossing routes, just like you come to expect from Shanahan. But they certainly they kind of sealed all that up towards the middle part of the game. Now, I will say this, again, like we saw from the Rams and McVay, they bailed us out a bit by getting away from the run. And I wasn't mad about it. Now, the Ravens certainly in the second half were much more stingy and were getting some tackles for loss and smacking McCaffrey, even if he did gain a couple. But in the beginning, I feel like the Niners kind of took him out of the game themselves and then they got back to it, got the touchdown, and then again kind of got away from him. So you got to give the credit to the Ravens that they they made big plays when they had to. They stiffened up in the run defense department, especially in the red zone, and were able to keep those guys to really some tough opportunities, third and long and some fourth downs. I mean, look, 5 turnovers to nothing is to me where the game was
incredible.
Won. I mean,
oh, so incredible, man.
Plus 5. I mean, come on, Jimbo.
How
Plus
awesome
5
was it?
is insane. Like
it was almost like you were expecting it every drive at some point, right?
No doubt. Every time he threw the ball, I was going, who's bopping it up in the air and who's catching it?
Yeah, it was so. How funny was it to watch 2 DBs get 4 of their hands on the football and finally get, like, it takes Brandon Stevens and Marlon Humphrey to complete 1 interception because neither of them are known for having hands. Right? Like, that was the funniest thing. He just volleyed it to him, and then, that was great. But you're right. I mean, the turnover game was incredible. It seems to be that Kyle Hamilton is evolving. You know how guys will, like, improve in the offseason and come back, have a new tool added to their game? Kyle Hamilton is just evolving as the season goes on. If you look at his ball skills in comparison to the beginning of the season, it's just so impressive to watch. I mean, there's nothing bad you can say about the kid. Nothing at all. So, really impressed by that.
Yeah.
Laura Roten says, I think you might be on the wrong mic, Glenn. Check again.
Okay. All right. Check.
Actually, you sound good now. Double check it.
Yeah,
Lamar on his way down the tunnel where the microphone is, and said, kiss that Mike Flores. All right. I like it.
I love how he's not even getting his name right. That's the best part. Just continuously even get his name wrong intentionally. I gotta give a little bit of credit and take a pause. Brandon Stevens tonight. I mean, to make that play, catch the ball up in the air after he gives up a tough back shoulder on the very previous play. I mean, he was physical all night. That guy's getting his hands on the ball all season long. Brandon Stevens has kind of shocked the world, and I love to see he did on the biggest stage against a guy who's renowned for his route running in Brandon Ayuk for the most part.
Yeah, and the other thing that's really cool, they kind of broke it down well in that play where they left him out on island. They really trust Brandon Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not to the Ravens. It's not a surprise, apparently, right? Like, they knew this thing was coming. They knew what they had in Brandon Stevens, and they really trust him out there. It's another way for Mike McDonald to be able to get creative because it's a box that he can check, and he's like, all right, I got a guy out here I can trust, and that's exciting. Now, I also got we read that
appreciate
one already.
It, Laura. Yeah, appreciate the super chat, though.
Don C says to Mike Florio, you can snuck it.
Suck
with
it.
all due respect. Yeah, I know that. I just didn't want to say all that. But go Ravens. Shout out to Don C. Thank you so much, Don. I'm sure you were enjoying it.
Oh, man.
What a great way to end Christmas. Ev Osama says, Merry Christmas, Mike Florio. Yeah, got us some coal in his
How
stocking,
great was this? Sure. I mean, I don't know about you, Jimbo, but I had an absolutely fantastic day. I hope everybody in the chat did as well. But to top it all off, to have that type of game after a great day, to put us to bed, I'm gonna be sleeping sound tonight. Feel like a champion next to these Baltimore Ravens, my man.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Manny Monsternamis says, I don't have any critiques tonight, just happy for this win, boys. I appreciate y'all. I look forward to this show every time. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, Manny. We appreciate you too. We still feel super humbled that folks like to and get value out of hanging out with Glenn and I a few times a week and talking Ravens. But yeah, man, like I said, Brandon Stevens has really been playing well, and I'm excited for his progression as a player. We'll see what happens to him when contract time comes around. But shout out to Brandon Stevens for showing out.
I can't wait to hear all the ass kissing tomorrow in the national media. I mean, they're going to be kissing some Raven ass, and I'm all for it. I'll be recording it. I'll be DVRing all the ass kissing. I can't wait. It's going to be beautiful. Doomgoy says, ass beating. Yes, sir. Statement win. Score did not tell the story. You're right. It was way worse than the score says. McDonald clowns Shanahan, and Florio is a goober. This league has levels. Merry effing Christmas. I mean, I don't think it's any surprise that 3 teams in the North are 3 of the 4 losses for the Niners. There's a difference between these 2 conferences. It's shown every single week. It's getting tired how much I'm seeing it. The AFC is a different level of football. This is JV versus varsity. When we come to town, we're bringing the varsity team. That's right,
baby. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, time after time, that point is proven right. I mean, if you think about it, think about this, Glenn. Today or yesterday, wasn't it? To yesterday? Tell me if I'm mistaken. Didn't the Dolphins get their first win of the season against a winning team yesterday?
Dude, they were 10-1 against teams under 500, 0-3 against teams above.
Okay, so yesterday they got their first win barely by an NFC darling, right? Like
Powerhouse,
one of the top
right?
teams one of the top teams in the NFL, or excuse me, in the NFC. So, and they barely get it, but that sounds like a Dolphins team, like a Dolphins win, because if it's a good team in the NFC, then they're probably an average team in the AFC.
Yep.
So sure, you win that one. You know what I mean? But
I'll tell you what, look,
that, right?
as much as we bag on John Harbaugh, I'm gonna give him his credit for a beautiful managed game today. I mean, beautiful. Yeah. The clock, man, everything he did, he kicked it when he should. He didn't give him a chance to get momentum for a goal line stop. He said, you know what? We're going to take our 3 points. We're going to go up 21. I loved how he gave them no chance to gain
and
momentum.
Lamar was heated, too. Lamar gave him all the pressure he could.
Yeah, dude, they could have kicked long field goals. They said, you know what? Not only were you not going to try a long field goal, we're going to take every second of the clock, take the delay of game, pin your ass deep, because we're not giving you a chance to gain a second of momentum. I thought he was masterful today in his game management. We criticize him, so I'm going to take a second to give the guy some credit today.
Yeah, can't disagree with you on that one, Glenn. He has a way with the Niners. Doesn't matter who's under the helm. Connor Doherty says, no words. This is our year. Keep going. Let's go. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is, Zay
Flowers?
Well, obviously, Zay Flowers had a great game.
Yes.
It was about John, though. I'll come back to it. But yeah,
he really looked like Brock Purdy's daddy today, didn't he? I mean, holy.
I like that one. He absolutely did. But no, Zay is a star. He's the best wide receiver thus far we've ever drafted.
Yes.
Right? And I don't think it's really that close. Man, and you talk about
Torrey a little credit. You gotta give Torrey a little credit.
I guess that's true. Let me say this. Absolutely. I guess I was thinking of our first round wide receivers.
Okay.
Our first pick of that draft. So the guys that we really invested a ton of eggs in, right? Not that we didn't with Torrey. But the one thing I wanted to say is when it comes to Zay, you talked about with Fred Warner. I mean, he put him on a highlight reel.
Bad,
I mean, it was just, that was a tough one for Fred Warner. And then, the Lamar one didn't hurt. It didn't help. But Daniel Hudson says, what do you think about the red tackle safety? Glenn, you kind of talked about that, right?
What do you mean the red tackle safety?
I think he's talking about with the referee getting involved.
Oh, is that what he's talking about? Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
I thought that was BS. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, a normal quarterback, Chase Young's going to get him. I'm not guaranteeing that he's getting him there. I'm sorry. I'm just not. If that ref is not there, I'm not going to say for sure he gets him. So, it was BS. I get that they're a part of the field, but you still don't want to see a ref tripping your quarterback for a safety. I don't care. You can't tell me that's a good thing.
Yeah. No. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, you went bye-bye. But Edward says 5 a.m. here in the UK, but so worth it. Edward's staying up late, my guy.
Dedicated. I hope you're all.
Says, great win, but how about Aikman on that broadcast? Who at the Ravens upset him? Super biased all game long. I'll be honest with you, it was so loud in where I was watching the game and at my brother's house. I couldn't hear a damn word those goobers were saying. I'm not mad at that. I don't think I missed a thing. But
wait, were you down here in the city?
No, TJ's.
Oh, okay. I got you. I was about to say,
but better believe Bob was in the building. You better believe Bob was in the building.
So it was every bit of it. It was loud,
loud.
Oh my gosh! How did the kids get any sleep? I doubt they did.
Woo! They ain't working tomorrow.
Man, wow. No, but what a game. I've said this before, and I think you'll agree with me, Glenn. The most incredible part about this is that I don't think anyone is playing outside of their capability, right? Like outside of what we're expecting. This is just a football team that's very talented, that's very deep, that's very disciplined, that has great coaching, obviously has the best quarterback in the NFL under center, and it's showing. It's just that simple. Like there's no magic to it. I think Monken's dude, that's what I was going to say. The play that Monken drew up for Zay, that touchdown?
Yeah.
Fooled the entire defense.
Nailing
What
a
an
coffin.
awesome play.
That's a step on their throat type of play too, man.
Oh, dude. He was throwing that one up back in the sand when he was coaching like D3 guys. Just dreaming of the opportunity to have talented enough guys to run that play, and he finally got it. Holy crap, what a play that was, boy.
Yeah, I mean, the coaching staff was absolutely amazing. Offensive coordinator, defensive, head coach, everybody did a fantastic job.
I know what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Everyone was bashing you. I called you and we talked on this. Everyone's bashing the four tackle rotation.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it did its job tonight. I didn't see too much of both sides. I didn't see too much of Chase out there. Now they had their plays, like, don't get me wrong, but it's not like either of them wrecked the game. Say what you want about the 4 tackle rotation, but John's never been afraid to mix it up and never kept it the same for the sake of protocol, right?
That's right.
And it seems to be working.
Hey, people can say if you're using 4 tackles, you don't have 2. I say this: does the D line substitute?
Does the D line substitute?
So what's the problem about having some subs on the offensive line? Damn it, and give these guys a bit of a rest, okay?
Yeah. Now, do we know what's going on with Zeitler?
No, we don't. But my guess is that's a tough SOB.
Yeah, chances are he's gonna be back.
Yeah, Sean says, where's all the dudes who were chirping that night? They're hiding. Yeah, where's all these experts?
Where's all the guys that were in our chat? Who is that one guy, Easy Money?
Oh, yeah. Where's
you at?
Easy Money at?
He left the game early. Speaking of Easy Money, look, you guys, we told you should have hopped on BetUS and followed us up, dude. The Ravens were, underdogs. You could have made a lot of money today.
6-point underdogs. And guess what? I got to give Dr. Uncle Bob another bit of credit. He got Lamar MVP odds at plus 1,700 before the season started. Oh.
Hey, Bobby.
Those are good odds.
Yeah, we'll take them.
Ryan Kelly says, absolute domination. This team is special. Praying for Kyle. Florio's an absolute laughing stock. Yeah, I mean, to come out so bold, to come out with that type of aggression.
I know.
And to be so completely and obviously wrong. I mean,
and so biased. It was so obvious. Like, what did the Ravens not show him in the dominate? Look, we talked about before. We've now beat the NFC, the best team in the NFC, not only best team in the NFC, the best team in their division.
Best team in the NFL, right? That's what we heard. Right.
Yeah, and then obviously we've beat a multitude of division winners. Yep. Look, if we go out here and then turn around and beat the AFC East division winners.
Just turn their back porch red, Jimbo.
Yeah, man, porch red. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what else is there to do, Mike Florio? Come on, man.
Yeah, this team is got to be clearing above the best team in power rankings. I don't care who you are. You got to, I mean, look, this is a road game across the entire freaking country.
On Christmas.
This wasn't no neutral field. This wasn't no home game, Jimbo. No. They went to Big Blue, Gene, and they shanked them. They shanked those boys.
That's right. Look, I tell you what, the NFL and every media member wanted to give Brock Purdy every opportunity to come out of there shiny and smell like roses.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Lamar walked in there with a pitchfork and said,
the rest were no favor. Those
and a blowtorch.
They were
getting burnt to the ground.
That's right. Burnt to the ground, Frankenstein style. Cito says, I'm not trying to disrespect Purdy, but James is on the money. Brock is a product of the system. Lamar is a product of his talent. Yeah, I mean, look, there's no doubt Brock Purdy's chances of winning MVP have been severely wounded by this game. It was pretty evident.
Severely wounded is saying it lightly. I think
they're all but shot. I mean, they're pretty much toast. They're twirling the drain right now, as I think what we're seeing.
He got benched for Sam Darnold. Say what you want. He got benched for Sam Darnold.
They did. I mean, he tried to keep his helmet on, and coach said, "You ain't gonna need it, son. You ain't gonna need it. Go have a seat." Jimbo, got to give you credit. I mean, you called it. You said what it was going to be. You do this all the time. You did it again. I should be used to it by now, but I'm not.
One day. One day. Kieran Martin says, big old win, boys. Super happy, and it looks like Kyle is okay. Glad to hear that. If you guys got some news, let us know. Can't get complacent with Miami coming up soon, but enjoy this one for sure. If you find anything
on Twitter, maybe you can share a blurb or something. That'd be awesome to see some good news.
Yeah, and this is the only thing I'll say. I don't want to say that the Ravens are bulletproof. They are human, and we all maybe get a little full of ourselves sometimes. But I think the Ravens have done such a good job, and specifically Lamar. Lamar remembers 19.
Mm-hmm.
He remembers
Oh,
getting injured the past two
the
previous
pain.
seasons before that. Yeah, all of that of just not finishing.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
think Lamar is doing a good job at keep helping this team stay focused on the task at hand. And when you can do that, a daunting schedule like the Ravens are up against, it doesn't matter because look, it's just one lap at a time. It's its own thing. Every single one game at a time is everything and all that matters in that moment. And I think that Lamar's doing a great job at that this year. I think that's a huge difference in how the Ravens have been playing and avoiding
Right.
these like ups and down things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That we've
Well,
kind
we're a
of
much
become
more veteran
accustomed to.
team too, man. We're a much
Yeah.
older team than 19. I mean, think about
Yeah.
the impact players on this team. Yeah, Zay Flowers is certainly one of them being a rookie, but I think he's obviously wise beyond his years and does not look like a rookie out there. And then a lot of the other contributors, these are vets. These are guys that are hungry, that have seen what a losing team looks like, have seen and felt the pain of being on a bad team. I think they're hungry and look, I love the fact that this pass rush, a lot of people are starting to count these guys out, including some of these goofballs, these haters, the Mike Florio types like JLC, because he almost sounded like that goober. This guy
What a
said the pass
moron.
rush was done. He said we had nothing left. And what did they do? They went out there and they proved it. Oh, they got a lot left in the tank, Jimbo.
Loved it, man. Clowney was popping off the screen, boy. And as soon as they brought in that left tackle,
oh my God, they were eating that dude's lunch, bro.
Yeah, my nephew was like, poor guy. I was like, poor guy. I don't feel bad for this guy. Are you kidding me? This is called the NFL, dude. No sympathy points around here. There's no mercy rule. Get out of here with poor guy. Come on now.
Yeah, Pretty Boy Suave says, was it just me? But the refs acted like they did not want to give us any call. You could see it in their faces. Well, I'll tell you what, the beginning, I did not like the holding call on a play that, let's be honest, they had no shot of getting that ball out. He was absolutely
ridiculous.
That was a really weak call, if you want my opinion. And obviously you trip a guy. I mean, come on. What are we talking about? But I will say after that, it was starting. I didn't have any really problems after this start. I was pretty pissed at the beginning. But after that, I think it was an okay called game. It kind of was pretty fair in my opinion.
I think overall, what I just hate to see is just one way or another. I just don't like the laundry. I mean, you have to ref the game. Like if it's a penalty, it's a penalty. But I just feel like they made themselves a little too much of a part of the game, right? But if they're playing that way, they're playing that way, and you got to ref them accordingly. So I also can't be upset at them. But yeah, it did at the beginning. I got a little nervous because you get a few bad calls, and you start thinking, "Oh boy." Here we go.
Snowball. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Daniel Hudson says Kyle Hamilton is the defense MVP. When he left, we looked different. Toughest player on the defense. I think he's my defensive MVP as well. It's hard to argue with that.
Yeah, man.
Dude has just been balling out. What a weapon.
Dude, he is so good, man. Let's see. John Harbaugh, shout out to Jamison Hensley, says on Kyle Hamilton doesn't look bad. Said he's fairly optimistic about all three injured players. So who are the other two injured players? Okay, that's right, Zeitler. Who's the third?
I don't know the third.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
I know McCary had the thing. Oh, maybe Broderick Washington.
Oh yeah, he did have the
Dude, did you see McCary once again? Like, kind of took that hit on the sideline and then like got up. Took him a second to get up, and he was like limped off, and he wanted to go back on the field. Ronnie's like, wait, dude, you coming? He's like, nah.
Nah.
And then they had to force him out. Like, love that.
Who was doing that? Who was doing that in was that in the running backs or somebody was doing that a couple years ago where it just kept, no, you stay on the sideline. I got this. But I got to give Ronnie a little bit of credit tonight too. I was concerned about what we were going to see from him with these pass rushers. And I thought he fought. I mean, he certainly wasn't perfect. Did have the face mask. It was tough. I thought more of a hands to the face, but okay.
That's what I was gonna say. I agree. That call I felt was pretty soft, but
yeah, I thought maybe hands to the face. But overall, got to give the guy credit for what he was going up against tonight. Don C says, "I love that they did what they needed to do. These guys are not trying to be individually great. They are playing for each other, and it shows. I love it. Yeah, I mean, look, Odell Beckham again, not a big night tonight. 3 targets, 2 catches." But and Rashad Bateman, the same thing. But those were big catches. Those were chain movers. Isaiah Likely, the same thing. 3 catches, but for 56 yards. I mean, look, it was the Zay Flowers show and then a bunch of other guys. He got 13 targets. The next leading target getter got 4. So,
Holy man, I didn't realize it was that many. I
yeah,
guess
it
they
was.
were off by a good margin on a few of them that still counted to him.
I mean, he even had I think he had 2 drops.
Two
One would have been a
drops.
real toughie, but the other one was kind of bad.
Yeah.
So he could have had even more, but 9 catches, 72 yards. He was big for us tonight. And the yak yards, man, he made 2 guys, 3 guys maybe miss and picked up first downs for us, man. It was huge.
Yeah, big time. And you talked about it. Isaiah Likely, that play from Isaiah Likely, where he caught all the yak he got after that, and the way he's just he's got to be the best tight end at maneuvering in a small space.
Oh yeah,
Like nobody moves laterally at his position like him. No one.
yeah, he's
It's
a
just
freak, dude.
impressive. Robbie DeBell
Roby.
says, Roby. Oh, rhymes with Toby. Toby. Roby DeBell says, ain't scared of January. Joe ain't scared of the Steelers. Ain't scared of no one. Let's go, Ravens. No division got shiz on the AFC North, and we run that, son. Love it, Roby. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, I had another thing I want to talk about. What did you think? We've talked about this before, and this is something you identified years ago when Marlon plays really well in the slot. They had Marlon in the slot tonight and had Roby on the outside. How did you feel about that? I mean, I think, McDonald is just trying to get his best guys on the field, trying to minimize, deficiencies in matchups and win matchups and things. But is this something you think they'll see more going forward, or is this specifically about this matchup then against the Niners?
No, I think if Brandon Stevens and Roby keep playing or is it Darby? Is it
Darby? Dang it, it's Darby.
We almost did it again. Darby, if they keep playing the way they can, I mean, I love it because Marlon, to me, in the slot is such a weapon. I mean, what he can do around the line of scrimmage from a run support standpoint. You saw in that huge play, it wasn't just Brandon Stevens blitzing who got his hands up and batted away, but it was Marlon who got the interception. He was also coming from the other side. I love him as a blitzer. He's got natural pass rush moves. We just don't see it a lot because a lot of times he's asked to be on the outside. It's tough to blitz from that deep. So, no, I love the fact that we can put him inside because that dude is, I mean, we saw what he did. Yeah, only 3 tackles, but that dude was coming up and bringing it, dude. Like that is an enforcer. And so,
did you see? Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, if you have him in the slot, it's a hell of a lot harder to block that guy than it is some of these smaller slot corners that we decide to put up in there. And so, certainly when you see Kyle Hamilton go out, then you're even going to ask more of him to go down in there because that's another big slot that you're losing. So, yeah. Love the versatility, and I most fact love that those guys on the outside are holding it down, allowing Marlon to go inside.
Agreed. And did you see the play? It might be lost on a lot of people because he didn't make the tackle, but it was a screen pass to McCaffrey, and Marlon was driving the right tackle back into McCaffrey. Like, I mean, he just broke that play.
Yep.
Absolutely broke that play. And a freaking defensive back should not be driving an offensive lineman back.
No.
Like, that offensive line coach is going to destroy that guy for that.
It's got him by at least 100 pounds, at least.
Yeah, but only a few guys would be able to do it. And like you said, Marlon Humphrey is probably one of the most physically gifted tight or DBs out there. Shout out to Tyler Brooks, of course. Glenn's nephew says, "Oh wait,
BMF and Steve."
That's right. Not bad for a running back. I'm telling MFers, it's deep waters with Mans. Zay keeping his head in the game no matter what. A very Merry Christmas it is. Happy holidays to the whole flock. Hey, there you go. Look, even my phone does it, dude. Check that out.
Dang, bro. You think you're better than me.
I don't know about all that. But shout out to Tyler. No, not true at all. But Tyler, shout out to you, man. Yeah, look, the Ravens fans, the Ravens players, Ravens media, everybody that has been rooting for the Ravens has every reason to have all confidence in this team moving forward. Now, we've got to get healthy. We don't want to get too banged up going into the postseason, obviously. But look, this is a team that's shown their resiliency this year, which we were nervous about, Glenn.
Yeah.
Both on offense and defense, their physical dominance. You talked about it. Pass rush late in the season, dialed up pass rush with 4 rushers. They've been doing so well defensively, and it's been fun watching Monken and Lamar start to jive together on this offense. How did you feel about the run game tonight outside of Lamar? I mean, I don't know what the stats were. It wasn't anything great by Gus and Justice, but I thought they got the job done.
Yeah, I thought the run game struggled, but this is a really good run defense. I mean, it
Yeah.
is a really, really good team. And so, yeah, the run game definitely struggled. I would like to see more of a commitment to it, but Lamar was good. I mean, they were moving the ball well through the air, certainly after the first quarter. And so it didn't seem like that was necessarily their focus, even though we all assumed that running the ball and kind of hitting them in the mouth after you saw what Arizona did to them last week, that would be the likely strategy.
Right.
But to me, I think they found more success through the air. And certainly Lamar will turn a pass into a run, so it looks a little bit more balanced. But honestly, I think they just went heavy pass, and that's fine because it's like you said, Jimbo. It's not they can win any way you make them win, man. If you want to take the run away, okay, that's fine. We'll beat you this way. If you want to try and sit back and take away the big play, that's fine too because we can. That's the beauty of this team, man. We can win any way we need to win. We can line up and play any game and know we're in the game and have a good shot at winning. It's a beautiful thing right now, man.
Yeah.
It's like this is not what 19 was. This is a different type of beast that teams got to deal with.
Yeah, the overall versatility is just great. In fact, I would say 19 was closer to what the Niners are now, where they're very system dependent, very system driven.
That's a good point.
And right now, I love the flexibility. I gotta pat myself on the back real quick, Glenn.
Go ahead, dude.
Just really quick, because I compared him to Nick Nurse early on.
Yeah.
When you look at his track record, and Nick Nurse is known for his flexibility as a coach, being that he's coached in so many different places. And I think that's one of the benefits we have with Monken. It's just, you talked about his ability to be flexible and just change it up, right? And not stick to what
Same with John.
Doing. Yeah, absolutely.
How many different offenses have we had, dude? There's been one offense since Shanahan got to San Fran, baby.
Yep, and it's his, and he tinkers with it.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see. Cito says Kyle Hamilton to the defense is what Lamar Jackson is to an offense, a complete unicorn. Never seen anything like it. Yeah, Kyle is a rare talent. And man, remember when he fell? I'll never forget that. I was eating tacos.
Dude, oh, I know, dude.
Fell out of the top 10. What?
I love it.
Incredible.
Love it, dude. I just love the fact that now he's doing the things that everyone said he couldn't. Well, he doesn't get enough picks. Okay. I'm going to go out and get two. Including in the red zone that was absolutely crucial, crushed their momentum, killed their drive, I mean, it was the start of the downfall for Brock Purdy. And you just love to see he can literally do anything you need him to do. He is the best safety in football. Kyle Shanahan was not overhyping an opponent. This is just it is what it is, and it's a beautiful thing. But I think we got a couple unicorns because I think Roquan was showing he's still – man, he's still such a force, man. What he's bringing in the middle, and then Pat Queen, what he's doing next to him, man. I know that
dude has been ripping blockers,
dude, and then coverage. I mean, everything they're doing, man. It's just, I know Greenlaw and Fred had a lot of tackles today, but I'll take our guys over them. I'll take them.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Let's see. Asmodeus says, I'm sure Mike Flores, I love this, is going to be doing another low T type of take. He can talk all he wants. At the end of the day, Ravens will shut all of them up. Yeah, man. Honestly, I cannot wait for next week when the Dolphins come to town because we're going to smack them in the mouth even worse than we did the Niners.
I agree with you.
We are, dude.
Like,
they're a knockoff. They're a knockoff of the Niners.
Exactly. They're basically an NFC team.
They're a knockoff.
Right? Like, yeah, their record has been so aided that, like,
we're going to mess them up, man. That offensive line is screwed.
Yeah, I'm with A. And Tua's going to start making mistakes. I can't wait. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you there, Glenn. I'm calling it way early, double-digit win.
I agree, dude.
Double-digit. Tone the Virgo says, Merry Christmas. What a wonderful night. Ravens 12-4, Chiefs 9-6. Oh,
yes.
To all the
lost to the Raiders.
Put some respect on our name. That's right, man. I love.
Hey, I thought Pat Mahomes could do it with me and you. That's what I thought.
That's right, man. He's supposed to be the savior.
Bruh, he can't throw it to me and you and carry us?
I know. Come on, man. What's going on here, dude? No, I tell you what, after the whole outbreak from Patrick Mahomes, I'm so even much happier to see his downfall.
Yeah.
That much happier because he's a whiny
that
baby.
Is crazy, bro.
Stop being a petulant child. Mm-hmm. You are a grown man on national television. Get over it, dude.
Raiders are a better team. That's the beauty of it all.
Isn't that crazy?
They are the better team.
Yeah. Now, let's see. They're now 8-7. They're only a game back, right?
They might be, but I just love the fact that the Chiefs, they might have the better quarterback because they had like 10 or 12 straight incompletions. The Raiders did, but the team, They don't
Yeah.
have a very good team, the Chiefs, in my opinion. Not offensively, and they have no
You're right.
confidence. It is a beauty to see. I don't think anyone can catch us right now outside of
The
I
Dolphins.
think technically if we lose out, then we could be caught by the Dolphins and the Browns. Maybe.
Talking about for first overall, right?
Yeah. The
Yeah,
Browns,
for
I think,
sure.
have 10 wins.
Because if we lose to the Dolphins and then we lose the next one and they beat us, and then they win, that they could take it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess that's true. The Browns, we
They're
could
only 2 games back, and they
we could
split
tie
with us.
and they split with us, so it would come down to some goofy.
Well, if we
whatever.
lose to the Steelers, they'd probably have a better division record, so I think they'd win the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
we still didn't.
Thanks, Joe.
We still got plenty of work to do, but how can you not feel so confident that no matter what work is left, that the Ravens can't absolutely ace it and come out on top? It's so. I'm so confident. Don C says bestest Christmas ever. Socks, underwear, ugly sweater, full belly. Ravens opening a can of whoop-ass 410 Sports Talk, best in the business. Hit that like and subscribe. I love this guy.
Yes! The all-time hype man.
My favorite,
Shout out,
man.
dude.
But seriously, hit the like button. It only takes a second. Helps us out. Pushes us out to more Ravens fans.
And we're turning it up on Christmas evening at what time is it? I don't even know what time it is.
It's not Christmas anymore. That's what time it is.
Yeah,
that's what time it is, baby. We're on to the 26th. We're on to the next one. Just like shout to Rich Henzelka.
Hey-o.
Appreciate you coming out and joining the chat. He says, what a win. Glad to share the cheer. Merry Christmas from the Henzelka clan, and appreciate you coming out to our friends and family event as well. It was great to see you.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I mean, what an absolute beautiful way to finish an awesome holiday.
Yep.
Hey, Jimbo, is Isaiah likely dude, how did we not see more of Isaiah to this point? I don't care that Mark Andrews was here. We should have seen both of them. This guy's something special, Jimbo.
He is, and he's got the confidence of Lamar Jackson. He's running hard. It's exciting to see the confidence that he's getting. Not only that the teammates have in him, but he's getting in himself simply by getting more repetitions, by getting more exposure. And look, slowly, we're starting to see Kohler getting integrated into this offense. We'll see what he gets. He gets the catch, and then also he had the big penalty when he beat I forgot who it was, but he beat the guy off the line, and the guy already knew he was in trouble. Was that Gibson too?
I think it was
Gibson. He's a dirty player, by the way.
Yeah.
It just seems
I wouldn't talk when a guy's a foot taller than you and 100 pounds heavier. I mean, he was running his mouth some big dudes out there. You got to be careful. Doomgoy says the perks of playing to our competition. I guess you're right. When you play to your competition, that means you play up in big games, and they certainly did tonight.
Speaking of competition, are we getting to our competition in the show? If not, that's fine.
Nah, I think we're gonna have to wait till Tuesday on that one. But Craig
till
Fox
Tuesday.
Says, kiss my ass, Mike Florio. What a game! Yeah,
no, it's officially Mike Flores.
That's right. It's Mike Flores tonight. Yeah. We're gonna intentionally forget how to say his name correctly.
That's right.
I can't wait to get up tomorrow. I'm gonna be sipping my coffee, loving the sports talk, ass kissing. Tyler says finally stepped on a throat. I'm satisfied finally. I think they've been doing it for a couple weeks now. I mean, this is a different team. They're smelling blood in the water and they're attacking.
Yeah, I'd say offensively and defensively, the leaders we got it on both sides of the ball have this team laser focused. And I'm really, really excited about the rest of the season. Obviously, the postseason, I cannot wait. I'm no longer in the shoe's gonna drop anxiety. We are full steam ahead. Is what we're in. I can't wait. Let's see. Mr. Gonzi 68 says, so glad to hear from Harbs that Hamilton and the others should be fine. Meanwhile, this W shows that we can win it all this year. We can beat anyone. Yes, sir. Let's go. Look, I'm starting to think the Niners might not even, everyone's talking about the Super Bowl preview. Look, obviously, I think the Ravens are going to get there. And I'm
more scared of the Rams.
They're hot.
I'm more scared of the Rams, bro, because the Rams played us tougher.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Them Niners, dude. Come on, man. I mean, light work, bro.
I can only imagine the trash talking that was happening.
Oh, dude. It was intense, man. I mean, it was especially early on. It was intense because they had a couple of plays and they were feeling themselves. They were running their mouths, and then it just got bad for them.
Do you ever think that remember the part when Brock Purdy and Coach Shanahan are standing next to each other and out there they're watching the defense play, whatever? Do you ever think Shanahan is sitting there like side eyeing him at this point. He's like, this is why we drafted this fool with the last pick in the draft.
Yeah, he's side-eyeing him.
Now
He's
I
going,
remember.
He's going, we still haven't found our guy.
We're still
to the drawing board.
You are not it, my friend.
Back to the draft board for you, Kyle. Josh, appreciate the super chat. He says AFC North is the undisputed best division in football. I say sports, Joshua, and the Ravens are the kings of it. Statement win, dominated all three phases. I knew we had a chance to win, but this? Kyle Shanahan looked like he wanted to cry. Yeah, he was burying himself. He was almost crawling inside of that play sheet. I could only see the tips of his eyes. I mean, it was a beautiful thing. The guy was just, it was awesome. I can't wait to see the confidence, the swag. I want to see the post game. I can't wait to, when this is over, I'm watching the locker room. I'm watching Marlon's live stream. I'm watching it all, Jimbo.
Straight to the main vein, baby.
Dude, just tap it in, bruh.
Purple Kool-Aid, my man.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
I love it. Midi Raw says, never too high, never too low. Hopefully we got 2 tickets to paradise. Defense looks for real. Please, Kyle Hamilton, be healthy. Please stay hot, Benz. Let's go, Baltimore. Let's keep doing it. Man, so much to be excited about with this team, Glenn. I'm obviously a lot of it, we want good news back from the health and things like that, but gosh dang it, this team is just exciting. It is so much more mature, like you said, than the 19-year. And part of that being from vets themselves that have come in. Obviously, we have a different defensive scheme at this point, and Mike looks to be a head coach next year. I tell you what, that's why. Did you see him dapping everyone up on that stop at the end of the game? Mm-hmm. He was like, you know how much money I just made on that play? I mean, his bank account is going up next year. I'll tell you what. But, man, I can't wait, and I'm really looking forward for the ride. Pretty Boy Suave says, the Grinch celebration was awesome. I didn't know what that was at first.
Yeah, I didn't
get it. I'm not cool enough.
Yeah, me neither.
Like
I've never claimed to be. I've never claimed to be. No, but I mean, you love to see these guys having fun. To me, the playoffs have already started for this team. John said that. Going into this, I think maybe last week, the AFC is going to come through Baltimore.
Yes,
I'm scared of nothing that the NFC has to offer. I ain't scared of it.
Nope.
Bring it on, Jimbo.
That's right. Let's get through the AFC, and that's right. The rest is light work, just like you did. I tell you what. Speaking of, what do we have? What was the previous one? The previous. Not being cool enough. I got a good one for it. Dude, I was always the kid that when you run out in the basketball court with the music on, they make me go first because I was the only one that didn't like dance or whatever. Like, I just would dribble the ball. Like, dude, we're just supposed to run on the court. Just run. Like,
you have a cool handshake with any teammates or nothing?
Yeah, for sure. But there was no like rhythm. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like out there bobbing or dancing or whatever. No, dude, I just dribble them all. Like, whatever.
That's how I felt. He's gone. Now let's get to the cool guys.
That's right, exactly. So like that's how I felt with the Grinch thing. I'm like, all right, well, I would have just scored a touchdown, like hand it to the ref and tap my teammates up.
I would try to act like I was too cool when I'd been there before, but really it's just because I can't dance.
Are there any chances, Glenn, that you would fall trying to do a celebration?
I might twist an ankle. I got weak ankles.
I can see an ankle. As I was about to say, I can see you pop an ankle.
Yeah, man. You see me roll an ankle and end up on the couch in the lobby of a church. Mr. Donzi says, following up my previous message, we have to win it this year. The team will be much different next year. So many guys need to be paid. Yeah, you're right. I mean, look, there's no doubt that the contract situation surrounding your quarterbacks make you trim a little bit, make you be a little tighter with the purse strings. And guys are certainly going to get paid and go play elsewhere. But you got to give confidence to what this team's been doing from a front office standpoint. Even guys that didn't necessarily hit it, right out of the gate, like we've seen from Kyle Hamilton, Tyler Linderbaum, good when they first got here. Other guys took a little bit more time, but they certainly turned out. Look at what Adafe's doing. I mean, Bateman getting the separation he's getting. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to turn into more plays.
Even Metabike has made a huge step where we've seen flashes. Yeah, Broderick. I mean, Stevens.
Adafe. I mean, so many guys.
Even Justice Hill offensively.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I have trust in this team. I know it's not going to be easy when you're paying one guy that much of the cap, that big of a chunk of the pie. But if any team can keep it going and keep refueling this team through the draft, I got to believe it's the Ravens. They certainly do enough to continue to stockpile picks. So,
Agreed. Agreed.
But every team, hey, look, I'll take Lamar Jackson, and they'll take all those problems with Lamar Jackson.
Absolutely. Absolutely. JL says, I love that Todd Monken passes early and often. It really gets Lamar going and moving. I understand the want to run more, but Todd Monken is doing something right. You know what, JL, what I love most about your statement is simply that Todd Monken is not tone deaf to his quarterback, right? It's not his way or the highway. It's what works for his guy. And that is, I think, the most important thing about a coordinator, understanding your guy and figuring out what's best for him and building around that. That's so true. I think it's funny, man, because I low-key think that Monken and Lamar, personality-wise, have a lot in common. A lot. And
philosophies, I think their mindset on what to do. I love the aggressiveness. He doesn't shy away and get tight and start. No, he says, all right, we got Lamar. We're going to come at you.
Yep. Yeah. Man, I love it, dude. It's a lot of fun. I'm loving this combination of these two guys together and hoping that this continues to flow positively. Shout out to JL. Todd Heap says, I just wanted to share some money, but I would I would just like to point out that the Ravens are the only team in the AFC North still putting our first string quarterback on the field.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, the fourth string quarterback in Cleveland looks a hell of a lot better than the first three. And same can be said with the fourth string in Pittsburgh. So
in Pittsburgh, Mason Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, came out of nowhere and just
he looks better than all those Mitch Trubisky's and Kenny Pickett's. You can line them all up; they all stink. And you know damn well January Joe's better than stank ass, pervert ass Deshaun Watson.
Oh, dude, I said this before. Isn't it the funniest thing ever that Joe being on the couch for 11 months? Say what you want. He's been on the couch 11 months. Yep. Joe ain't a gym rat.
No.
He looks exactly the same.
It's like Bob Pierney.
Yeah,
never changes.
He's been 72 years old since I was in middle school, dude.
That's right.
But he looks exactly the same.
Same.
Like, he is the prospect blessed by God, right? Like
that golden arm of his, brother.
Dude,
I mean, he can sling it.
Dude, freaking Joe, man.
How happy is Amari Cooper right now? Holy smokes.
Did you see his interview where he was like, honestly, I don't even know if I've gotten paid yet.
Yeah.
He's like,
I bet he doesn't because his bank account is already so freaking huge. He doesn't need to look at it.
Right. He's like, yeah.
I haven't even looked. Yeah, I bet you haven't looked, Joe.
Yeah.
I know how much I have. I know that.
He's like, I got a guy for that. I call my guy up. He tell me how much money I got.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, I mean, let's see. JL says, if we clinch the number 1 seed, do we rest Lamar week 18?
I don't know. Do we have a clinching scenario just by beating them? That doesn't mean we clinch.
I think if we beat Miami next week, we clinch. I think.
Number 1 seed overall?
I don't know how
I guess so, because then
they can't catch. No one can catch us.
The best they can do is tie us.
Yeah, no one can get to 13, dude. No one else can get to 13. We're the only team. If we beat Miami, we're the only team that can get to 13.
Yeah. Dude, we got to. I think we have to.
Yeah. But the problem is, I mean, it's going to be one of those things that John Harbaugh is either right, and they don't come out rusty, and he's smart to rest all his guys, and they play well, or they come out rusty, he's wrong, and he probably thinks about it for the rest of his life. It's good. Oh man, I bet he doesn't hope it comes down to does he choose to rest him. I guarantee he hopes that week 18 means something.
You think so? I want the rest.
I know, but dude, it's such a conundrum because that's 2 weeks of rest, bro.
Mm-hmm. Take it.
Does he need it? Does Lamar need 2 weeks of rest? He's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, the other guys do.
But if you play him and he gets hurt, it's like, you're an idiot, So
yeah,
it's a conundrum, man. That's why you get paid the big bucks, John.
That's right. And we did it before.
And it bit us. And he said it. He literally said it.
He did.
Of course, if I could do it again with hindsight, I would have done it different. Well.
Don't do.
Laney, baby. I appreciate it. Laney, get that money. He said, let's go, Glenny boy. Hope that $10 helped Rich. LOL. Yeah. Man, he had a rough night tonight. I mean, he was a good sport, but it was noisy. in his ear.
I just love that he came on and talked positive about the Ravens. At the end, he said we're going to get shellacked, and then
Just
left.
look, pretend that one question didn't happen, and he was spot on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he was right about everything, dude, until he predicted the score.
That's pretty important.
Pretty Boy Suave,
yeah,
my man, appreciate the
Dude,
generosity. Merry Christmas. Got you all with some gas money. Absolutely. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that game, I think could not have ended this Christmas any better. I can't. I'm so excited. I'm off tomorrow. I get to sleep in, get to enjoy it, wake up. I'm gonna have the DVR set so I don't miss a wink of it. I want to see it all. Oh man. What a great night, Jimbo.
What a great night. What a incredible night. Are we up to date on chats?
We are up to date. Shout out to
gosh.
DK
And let me tell you
back.
what, shout out to all you guys as well. Yeah, DK, everybody the running deep with us tonight, burning the midnight oil on
Still
a Christmas
over 500
night.
people in here.
My goodness gracious. A shout out to you guys. Super grateful for you guys coming out. We appreciate it as
680
always.
was the peak tonight, Jim.
Yeah, that's crazy,
680.
man. Dude, that's a mega church, dude.
Filling it up, bro. Pack the pews.
Let's go. Double them up. So, yeah, man, I absolutely loved it tonight. Had a great time with you guys, and the game was awesome. We have so much to look forward to for the Ravens. Of course, on Tuesday, as always, we're going to have our film expert breaking it down. And because we didn't get him last week, we'll have an opportunity to talk about these tackles and, hope for their improvement. We'll talk about the Zeitler injury and moving on from that, how Ben Cleveland played because he came in. We saw Ben Cleveland. He exists. There was a sighting. So it'd be important to talk about him because there's potential of him, having a bigger role moving forward. And of course, we're going to prep you for this Miami game. I cannot wait to do so. Yes. Glenn, I think that might be it for us tonight, folks.
Yeah, man. It was a great way to end the night. Great way to end the holiday. But don't forget, we'll be back here on Tuesday. Thank you guys for all coming out here and joining us. Thank you for all the super chats. Appreciate all the silent observers. Before you leave, hit the like button to send us out to more Ravens fans. But that's it for us tonight. Have a good one. See you.